Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago and in today's video we are going to cover the GRVT airdrop. We are going to check how you can be part of the Liquidity Provider points. So it seems like GRVT launched this tweet on April 3rd. Liquidity Provider rewards is now open for all KYC users. So now you can earn from the previously closed liquidity pool 3.5% of total GRVT supply. And to celebrate, we are hosting a contest, create the best walkthrough video on earning liquidity points. So that is why I am doing this video too. So this is a tutorial that will help you to start providing liquidity on the GRVT airdrop. And also it will give me the possibility to participate on this contest. If you want to do a video, you also can do it. This is not only for influencers or YouTube channels. So you can check this post. There's a price of 900 USDT and some ecosystem points. So you can go click on this link, you will see all the things that you need to do for the video, and you can participate also with me on this. There are 3 first positions for this competition on these videos, but also a little of ecosystem points reward for everyone that participates. So if you want to do your video too, you are welcome to do it. But now let's go and check how you can participate on these Liquidity Provider points for the airdrop of GRVT. Now, first of all, if you didn't start to do the airdrop for GRVT, here is my referral link. This will give you also some points if you are joining for the first time. You will need to do KYC in order to provide liquidity points. The first thing that we need to check is all the different information on how you can do this. That is the point 2. Of course, all these links you find in the description. So what is the GRVT Liquidity Provider reward? So the GRVT reward program allows users to earn rewards by quoting as bid orders on the platform. Anyone who has complete KYC successfully on GRVT and approved to be a GRVT liquidity provider is eligible to earn. This part, guys, it was before when I started to provide liquidity for the points on the GRVT airdrop. You needed to complete a form. It wasn't open to everyone. But since now it's going to be open to everyone that has KYC, so this part you don't need to do it anymore. So you need to quote ask or bid orders to earn liquidity provider points. You get higher points by quoting tier within depth limits and watch your rewards grow. So basically provide liquidity plus quote buy sell orders, more GRVT points. How this mechanism works? Well, the rewards are based on points earned by provide liquidity and executing both buy and sell orders. So remember that is important. You can short or long and both things are going to give you the liquidity points. You need to earn more liquidity provider points by maintaining tight bid-ask spreads within a defined maximum market depth. We are going to explain all this, so don't worry if you don't understand some of the vocabulary regarding the liquidity provider stuff, right? So tokens are awarded based on your relative liquidity provider point. Points are calculated every minute and the leaderboard is updated immediately after. Sometimes I needed to wait some time before I see my liquidity points on the dashboard of the GRVT airdrop, so be sure before saying that you are not getting your points, be sure to wait a couple of hours. So again, before you needed to go to the liquidity provider reward page and apply for a button. I don't know right now if that is also the case. It's supposed to be open for anyone with KYC already confirmed, but go into the liquidity provider reward page, see if you need to apply to something. You probably don't need to go into any form anymore, but if you apply there, you are going to be available to start earning your points on GRVT liquidity provider. Here are some points that you need to have in mind when you are going to do this. First, market making. Place trade orders as post only to act as a market maker. Keep spreads tight to attract more activity on your orders and earn additional points. So let's go ahead and explain a little bit of that. So when you are here and you go to the trade section, you are going to be providing liquidity on the same concept that you may know on a DX when you go and you put 2 pairs of tokens. So you send some part of Bitcoin, some part USDC, and you start providing liquidity. That is not the way that this works here when you are talking on providing liquidity on the order book. So the first thing that we commented here, that you need to place trade orders post only. The post only is this is definition on the trading view that you have there. A post only order is a limit order that's only added to the order book if it doesn't immediately fill with an existing order. This type of order is designed to increase liquidity in the market. So this is exactly what you need to do. Basically, when you are here on your trade view on the GRVT platform. You can see I have been doing some buy sells, starting to post some trades. What you need to do is go down here and you can see the option post only. So click option post only, and basically you need to put limit orders. Don't use the market orders here because that is not going to count as providing liquidity points. You can use that if you want trade points, but I recommend you to always use limit orders so you get your trade points and your liquidity provider point. And basically what everything is related is to trade here using limit orders and put your limit orders very close to the market size that you have right now. So let's say that I want to do a short position at this point, even if I don't know if it's the best thing to do, because you can see support here, here, and right now we are here. We may be broken this line of support, but maybe I should put a long position with a tight stop loss here. But in any case, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to show you anyways here. So if I want to open a long position at this point, the price is 81,391. So a very interesting long position it would be if I wait the price to go a little lower to match and trigger my limit order. So you can see 81,455. So a tight position it will be around, for example, 81,312. So this is like $150 below. You can see we don't have that price on the order book right now. So if I start and open this long position, I will put a small quantity just for the purpose here of the video. So if I confirm this and open this long position, right now that appears here on the order book, and because the tide between the market price and my limit order is very low, that will give me a best amount of points for liquidity provider. So that is a big thing that you need to consider always that you are doing this. So just for opening the order, you may get some points, but really you get your points when that order is triggered. But right now opening this trade, that gives liquidity to the order book and to the platform. So that is the things that we want to do right now. So anyways, I will need to wait until this is triggered in order to get those points. But doing this, I am putting my liquidity into the GRVT ecosystem. So other things to consider: remember to trade. Posting orders alone isn't enough. Passive volume traded also plays a crucial role, what I just say, right? So only putting the orders is not enough. They need to be triggered to get that volume. Your overall score is influenced by the actual passive volume traded, factoring in the spread between your order price and the best ask for buy orders or best bid for sell orders. Remember to have that price difference very tight, so that will give you more points. So optimize your spread score. This is what I mentioned before. Quote tiger spreads by staying within the target spread for your coin category. So there are different categories for the tokens that you trade here. You have 4 BPS for Bitcoin, 15 BPS for mid-tier altcoins, and 30 BPS for smaller altcoins. What this means is that you're going to see down here that you have multipliers and more points if you are trading some category 3 altcoins, for example Atom, Vera, Ina, Farcoin, Sui, all these are category 3, ADA, BNB, Link, OP, these are category 2, and category 1 is BTC, Ethereum and Sol. This basically means that these tokens are more risky to trade than Bitcoin and Ethereum and Sol. That is why you are going to receive this fast market cutoff. This is 9%. And most important, you have the underlying multiplier. So for this category, you will have a 3 multiplier, 2 multiplier for this, and basically 1 for BTC, Ethereum and Sol, which are of course more stable tokens that you can trade. And the target spread is what we mentioned before, 4.8, 18 and 36. That also depends on the category. That is what we just mentioned here. Refresh orders, continuously adjust your quotes to remain near the best bid ask, ensuring you always meet the spread requirements. So basically keep an eye on your orders. Take advantage of the fast market multipliers. So this is not easy to get, but if there are very hard market conditions and you are trading on them, then you may get some of these market multipliers. That also will depend on the category of tokens that you are trading, and your bid or ask side can earn 100x multipliers on spread score and depth score. The liquidity pool reward dashboard will notify you when fast market triggers are in place. always have liquidity ready to quote during these periods for a massive points boost. Again, this is only going to happen when those market conditions are met. Diversify and monitoring risk. Category 2 altcoins have a 2x multiplier, category 3 altcoins have a 3x multiplier. Balancing your liquidity across higher multiplier tokens may yield more points, while higher multipliers can be enticing. Ensure you have sufficient risk management for more volatile coins. Again, this all depends on your risk. I am usually trading only Bitcoin here, but you also can get more exposure for those multipliers if you try different altcoins. Here you have some of the definitions that we have been talking about. The spread score. Traders will gain a score as they quote within the maximum spread requirement. The tighter the quote, the higher the spread score. So basically it's what I meant. If your position is very tight to the quote, then you are going to receive a better spread score. I don't know, if the price of the Bitcoin is 81,000 and you put your buy order at 73,000, you need to wait a dump of $8,000 in order for your order to be triggered, and that is a very big range. So even if that happened at some point, from the moment that you put that order until the moment that was filled, it probably took a long time, so your spread score is going to be very low. Then you have the depth score. Each spread score will be multiplied by the size, basically the depth of the quote limited, by a maximum depth cutoff specified for each product. Larger the depth, the higher the score. So that is the table that you have here. This is the depth cut that you are going to have depending on each category. And here you have again the fast market multiplier. This is regarding of fast market periods will yield a higher score. We already covered that. The underlying multiplier, we already also covered that, is going to be 10. And the market share multiplier, this is basically a higher market share for each pair will lead to an increases score. That is basically what you need to understand. Here you have all the math on how the token distribution is based for the liquidity provider points, also the user's liquidity provider points per underline per minute. So all this is the math behind all these calculations. So if you want to know more about that, you can check here all the formulas to calculate your position. But that is basically all that you need to know, guys, and all that you need to do. Go into the trade section, use always limit orders, and for example you can see here that the limit order that I put already triggered and the market may be recovering right now from this dip, so maybe that was a nice long position for that point. We need to see and wait how it reacts the rest of the market. I still have some sell orders and we enter a new long position on the example that I did before. Let's see how this reacts. But anyways, the order that was triggered recently, that should give me some liquidity provider points. The range was very tight from the market position at the moment that I did that limit order. But that is all, guys. Knowing all that, you are ready to go here, start trading. And guys, if you are not super experienced trader, remember that we cover many techniques that you can use. You can open a long position here on GRVT just for provide the liquidity and get the trading points. And you can do a short position in another platform. So if you open a long here, you open a short in another platform, then you are covered and you may be only paying for the gas fees and the fees of the transaction that you use. That way you only pay the fees and you are protected with any of the market conditions. If the price go up, you may be closing your position on your short, but you have your long position open, so you are covered on those loads. And that way you can use all these trading platforms freely and only pay for the fees that you are using. Remember that all your points rewards, you are going to see it here on the reward section. You have your portfolio and more information if you want here on the GRVT application. So if you like this video, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notification, share it on your social media, and also if you don't participate on this GRVT video contest, please support my video. Winners will be announced on April 15, so the submission deadline is April 10. So please go and vote on Twitter for my video if it's one of the selected videos. And if you want to start the GRVT airdrop, you are totally in time. So go here, use my referral links, that is going to give you some points initially, and you need to do KYC, of course. That will be all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.